What's Las Vegas, and welcome to a fabulous, fabulous Thursday, and it is yours truly. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Woo!
I won't tell you how old I am, but I passed my host here, Rolando Marat, so I'm a year older than him today, so we're just going to go with that. He goes backwards and I go forward, so that's the way it's going to be. But thank you so much for joining us today. It's a fabulous day. And Rolando, how you feeling?
I'm doing fine. You have to spoil everything. I was going to sing you a happy birthday, and you had to open your big black mouth. And now it's no fun.
That's right.
And then she follows you, you know.
But what he said, I'm doing.
She follows you. Man, I got the mariachis right there around the corner.
Don't worry. Although that would have been nice, though.
That's why I didn't call you on the phone and said happy birthday or anything.
Right.
I got your name in my calendar.
Sorry, that's well the surprise.
You know, but
They pack it up, they leave. The mariachi.
oh yeah. Yeah, they better leave because I can't pay them now. You know, I cannot pay. Besides, I was insulted when somebody told me that I want everything for free. You know, I mean, oh God, it hurt my feelings with that person. Those are good.
I see that.
I got that at Walgreens.
Oh, wow, yeah.
I tell you, let's go back. Happy birthday, by the way. You know, 1953 or 51, I don't remember, I came to the United States to be a student at the Loyola Military Academy in Macon, Georgia. Before I got here, even though I was coming as a student, I have to have X-rays, I have to have blood tests, I have to have a clean health review. I have to have money in the bank, even though the school was paid for the whole course, the whole year. And I was going to live in the school. All that stuff is in the books. Since the 50s, then I start coming over here. I don't believe that what Donald Trump, President Trump is doing now is anything new. You have to have why on earth we are going to go to Hong Kong or to China. I don't want to pick on the Mexicans, so that's why I'm using other countries. Why would I go? Why will the United States need to go to other countries to bring people to work as a school teacher or as a bus driver? Every American know how to drive. Most people in those Central and South America, not everybody has a car. Not everybody know how to drive. You know, it doesn't make anything. It doesn't make any sense to start now they bitching and complaining because he's gonna cut the legal immigration. He's not cutting anything. He's just enforcing the law, enforcing the immigration law that said you have to have a clean health review, you have to have some money, you cannot go from the airport to the welfare, you can't do that. And all that money is going to be saved everybody is in welfare, everybody is in the food stamp, and then you got people like Billy Patterson, an American born and raised here, African American, then they come here and they offer him $26 in food stamp. What can you buy with $26 in food stamp? And what was the other guy that was here? I think, I can't remember who was. They offered him $9. EJ, right here, born and raised here, probably 3, 4, 5 generations. They offered them 9, and then this Mexican guy working in a hotel as a cook, he got 2 meals a day, okay, and they give him $800 in food stamp. He got no kids. He got, I think right now he don't even have a wife or a boyfriend or anything. And he get $800 in food stamp.
Oh, we be fat.
Huh? So what is wrong with avoiding this kind of people? What is wrong? How much you get?
Oh, I only get 194. And that's not enough for
Are you
me.
serious? You get food stamp? I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I didn't mean to get.
No,
I
she
don't
don't
get.
She was gay.
I know, but I should not be.
We wouldn't have
publicizing
water,
my
we'd be have
life.
Gatorade.
I'm sorry, I apologize for that.
Oh, she
It was
okay.
I was out of line.
No.
I thought I was joking, like I never joke all the time.
Most people today do get them. Most young people today, period, they go get them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if they living by themselves and they're trying to make it.
Yeah.
Where were you born?
78. I was born here in Vegas.
Where?
Las Vegas.
In Las Vegas?
Mhm.
And your parents?
Vegas.
In Vegas?
Mhm.
And your grandparents?
Panama.
Panama.
Mm-hmm. My
And
grandma's from Panama.
the canal?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so that's the United States.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you're entitled to.
Yeah.
You are entitled. You're an American.
I pay taxes. I've worked for years and paid taxes for everyone else to get them for years.
Okay. But
I need
why are we going to get all this experience? All that money can be saved.
I thought your mom was from California.
No, she was Vegas.
Vegas?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Really?
Yeah.
From where?
From Vegas and, Oklahoma too.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oklahoma?
Mm-hmm. My mom.
And
Yeah, my dad was born here.
You were born? No. And he is that for real?
Really? No, we met. We met when I met her mom. It was out here.
Huh?
When I met her mom, but she's from Oklahoma, right? I
Yeah.
thought she lived in California though.
No.
No.
She lived there for a while, but she wasn't born there.
No.
No. Yeah. Oh, yeah, she's from Oklahoma. I can tell you. Huh? I don't know. So, but anyway, and now these people are bitching because Donald Trump, President Trump, is putting the house in order. You know, it's okay, but I always believe, and my history can tell you that, charity starts at home. How can you help anybody else? And that's what I always been saying. Why are you going to go and give like the Clintons? Well, they never gave the money anyway in Haiti. That's a big scandal that they trying to cover up. You know, but they tried to get they said they gave millions to Haiti, and there's people over here sleeping in the street. And forget about people sleeping on the street. Veterans.
Yeah, that's right.
Veterans. That is what really bothers me. I never served in any armed forces, but the first thing I did when I came to this country, I registered. I registered to serve. Maybe I have a different idea. Maybe I have a, a hiding interest, and because I figured that if I go to the service, I will learn English, and I don't have to be talking with this stupid accent that I have. You know, if I tell you, every day I thank the Lord for this accent. Say, thank you, God, for giving me this accent. Because if I don't have this accent, I will be the biggest bigot and the biggest racist there is. Because it bothers me to talk with an accent. It bothers me. But that's why I never did the radio show. I always have somebody doing my radio show. I do like to have my name on it. I do like to say, hey, face the Tribune. I'm very proud of the name. But I don't know. I don't think people enjoy anybody with an accent like mine. And that's the reason why I never like to do it. I'm doing it because I have nobody that I can trust. I had somebody that I told him, and I got a witness to that in the courthouse. I said, hey, I'm planning to leave my show. You want to do my show? Oh, yeah. He came over here, and the guy was a nut. He was a nutcase. I cannot let my show be in the hands of somebody like that. You know, and I don't need, as much as I respect and I admire Kevin Wall, I don't want to come over here, do my show, face the Tribune, and start running Kevin Wall's show. You know, I mean, why would I do that? I don't mind. I don't mind quoting him. I don't mind mentioning him. I don't mind. I was grateful that he invited me to his show, but I'm not going to dedicate my show to him every day. And this guy was doing the same thing with somebody else. I don't remember the name of the guy. I forgot the name of the guy. He's well known. He's not even from Vegas. Why would I do that? You know. And, but anyway, I believe that in a year the economy is going to be much better.
Yeah, I think it's doing good right now.
I think
Wall Street is hitting record highs every day.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the regular, average, normal human being. I'm not talking about Wall Street. That's too high for me. I cannot talk Wall Street. I can walk the street, but I can walk the street, but I cannot talk Wall Street. I'm not Anthony Cosumani or whatever his name is. But I believe that in a year we're going to see the difference.
I'm trying to still figure out, and you keep saying this, and I think you're right. Either you're right, or
Well, I'm crazy.
either you're right, or there are a lot of people in the White House running their mouth, because every single thing this man says gets back to the New York Times, gets back to the Washington Post. Once again, he had a private conversation, and the next day, the tapes of him and Scaramucci talking, the tapes of him talking to an Australian Prime Minister, I mean, word for word.
Scaramucci?
Yeah. Scaramucci's conversations were, they had him on the air today, and his
Oh,
conversation.
really?
Yes. Either some people are running their mouth or it's bugged. You're not crazy. It's got to be bugged. It has to be. Every conversation this man has, it's in the newspaper the next day. Even CNN today, they're crazy, everybody on there. But even CNN today said the president should be able to have private conversations. This is getting ridiculous.
I wish I can have somebody that can send my article to somebody, either Kellyanne or Sandra, what's the name of that?
Sandra Huckabee Sanders.
Sandra Sanders, somebody in there, somebody should be reading that article about the bus.
Yeah.
73 days President Obama was in the White House, sitting in there with nothing else to do because he was done. He finished his term. He probably was there boring like hell. And let's bug this room and let's bug it. Now that we're here, let's bug the other room.
Yeah.
And because that guy is an evil man.
Yeah.
He's an evil man.
Yeah.
He's a very, very evil man. And I tell you the truth, and I hate to be wrong, but I think his wife is even worse than him.
Oh wow.
I think she controls
I think so.
that family. She is in charge.
What makes you say that?
If they were normal people, if they were not president, first lady, former president, he would be wearing an apron when he got home.
I heard that she's going to run for president in 2020.
I heard that too.
Her and Wycliffe.
I heard that too.
Who?
Wycliffe.
Who? Wycliffe John?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Who?
Yeah.
He's a entertainer. He's
Who?
a rapper, Wycliffe John. He's of Haitian descent. Can he even run? I don't think he was born in this
And
country.
that's another thing people don't want to realize. Just because a black American, he's an American, right? Is he an
I
American?
think so.
Wycliffe
Yeah.
John?
No, Obama.
I
Is he an American?
I don't believe he is.
Well,
I don't believe he is.
let's put it this way. Let's assume then what country his father is?
Kenya.
Let's assume that a Kenyan American black man became the first president, the first black president of the United States. That doesn't mean that the people of this country are going to vote and elect every black person that runs for office. It is not. You cannot deny the fact that Barack Obama is a very unique human being.
Very unique.
Very unique. The first time I saw him speaking in the Senate of the United States, I tell you, I was very impressed with him. I stopped what I was doing and I said, wow, I can't believe what I was seeing. The guy has charisma. He got more charisma before than what he got at the end of his 2 terms, in my opinion. In fact, Las Vegas Tribune endorsed Barack Obama the first term and the primary.
Wow.
Later, we withdraw that because I don't believe that anybody running for the president of the United States should have in his headquarters or her headquarters a picture and a flag from another country.
Yeah.
And he had a picture of Che Guevara, which is a mercenary. It was a mercenary. He's dead, thanks God. And he got the Cuban flag in the headquarters in Houston, Texas, because the office was run by a socialist Puerto Rican that had the audacity to hang up the phone on me, because I asked why did he need the Cuban flag, and unfortunately the picture that I got, he was visiting that headquarters, and I see him behind him, it was the picture of the Cuban flag. It was the Cuban flag and a picture of Che Guevara. And I start asking questions and nobody want to answer me. And then I called, nobody returned my phone call. So I withdraw my endorsement.
Wow.
That's all. You know, I don't care if it's Cuba or it's any other country. A man that is running for president of the United States, or could be the other way around. A person running for president in any free country, like we are here, but assuming Cuba is a free country, if you're running for president in Cuba, you should not have the American flag in the headquarters of the candidate.
Yeah.
As simple as that. You know, or at least that's the way I see it.
Yeah.
And but I tell you, I was very, very impressed with him. But then I start listening and listening, and the more I listen, the more I see the socialist on him. And nothing scares me more than the socialist.
It's a very simple question that Donald Trump asked in 2008, 2007. My dad always had a very simple thing, and you know how I am with my kids about telling the truth. That's the one thing that I don't allow my kids. Don't lie to me about anything. We can deal with anything as long as you tell me the truth. And Donald Trump asked a very simple question. He said, just show the country the birth certificate. Now, if you ask me for my birth certificate, I would just say, here, I was born here. What's the problem? I mean, and that shuts everybody up. I just pull the birth certificate out and say, I'm an American citizen. Why did it take us almost 4 years to see his birth certificate? Why? Why would you even let that be a big thing? I would just show it and be like, can we get on with this? I'm an American citizen. He was born in Kenya. His dad wrote that in his book, in his memoirs, that Barack was born in Kenya. So he should have never even been president. Now, I'm not saying, to me, I don't necessarily agree with the fact that if you're not born in this country, but if you're here and you become an American citizen, why can't you run for presidency? But that's the rules on the books. And if that is the truth, and he could not produce a birth certificate when he filed for presidency, how is he allowed to run for the presidency of the United States? There's something very funny in that. You know, that movie, The Manchurian Candidate, it was almost like he was made to be president of the United States. And I think it was to push the socialist agenda forward in this country. And I still believe Obamacare, I think that's going to be very hard to get rid of that. Because you got so many people now that are on it, and it's going to be very difficult for them to get those people off of health care. So I don't even think, and Trump is right, yeah, I think it's going to be really difficult to get those people. I think Trump's going to let that go. He's going to move on to tax reform. I don't even think he's going to mess with it. And Barack did that on purpose. When you put 100 million people on health care, you're not just going to take the health care from them, take Medicaid. They're not going to let them do that, man. They still got Obama phones. They still got free phones they give out every week on the corner. They still give out free Obama phones. The legacy that he left a big socialist footprint in this country. Those big programs that he produced, it's going to be difficult to get rid of that. He produced 50 million more people on food stamps in his 8 years. You're not just going to take them off food stamps. It's just no way, man.
But let me ask you, whose fault is it?
That's the American people's fault. They voted for him twice.
I know, but now that he's gone,
Yeah.
or supposedly he's gone, I don't believe he's gone. And this is not the last we hear of Barack Obama.
Yes.
You know, why are they giving those phones away?
People got used to them. They got used to free.
Fine, go work and make your money and get your own phone.
Yeah, and that's a big program. The Obama phones, that's a big program. He wanted free everything. He wanted free healthcare, free phones, free food, free rent, he wanted free everything.
I think that's the way, I'm not sure, but I think that's the way it is in Cuba. you don't pay rent.
You know,
I don't know. I'm gonna find that out. I'm gonna find out. Let me see, I don't know how I'm gonna be able to find out, but I think I don't think people in Cuba pay rent.
it's crazy.
But I have no idea if it's true or not. But that's the way the communists work. Because the more they give you,
That's right.
the more they control
That's
you.
right.
The
That's
more
right.
they give you, the more they are empowered. The more they give you, the more you're gonna be depending on them. Because what happened now, these people, they take the phone away, they take the house away.
Take the food away. Right.
What are they gonna do? Oh my God! We'll go to work. You ever hear of work?
Yeah.
You know, I was very lucky. I always work in this country, either with my hands or with my brains, whatever little brains I have. I was very, very lucky. I do never, not even never I collected unemployment. Never. I don't have time to live with, I don't know, what is the unemployment? $100, $200? Well, how do they figure
That's a
the
percentage of whatever your last check stub was.
a percentage?
Yeah.
Okay, so
They usually give you like what, man?
Like, I'm thinking
50% of what you were making or something like that.
something like that.
Yeah. Like if you was making 500 a week, they'll give you like 250 a week.
Yeah,
Something like that.
I don't know if I don't know. I never did it, so
I would say this: whatever they're telling the country the unemployment rate is, it's a lie.
First of
It's a
all,
lie. There's so many people out here unemployed. It is ridiculous.
It's getting better though.
first of
You
all,
think?
I think so.
what?
I think the economy is getting better.
Do you?
The what?
Yeah, I think it's getting better.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
oh definitely. But you know, I don't know how. If I'm used to live with $500 a week,
Right.
how can I live with $250? Normally, when you make $100, you have bills and expenses for 80. So,
That's when you go get the food stamps.
yeah.
That's what they do.
No,
because you
my
make
point,
less
my
money.
point is, if I'm used to live with $500, and I said, well, out of this 500, 75 is for the rent, 25 is for the power bill, and then whatever. I got $300, $400 in bills. How can I live with 200? If I got 300 in bills, how can I live with 200?
Because what they're doing to me, their plan is they actually don't
They're
want
doing it to you?
No,
Oh.
to I think to society, they don't want people to work. Under Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton's programs, they actually want you to make so little that you then are able to go get food stamps, that you're eligible for food stamps, that you're eligible for housing help, that you're eligible for free health care. That's what they want. They want you to qualify
Why?
for those programs because they want a society that is dependent on them. That's what they want. They're very open about it.
Oh yeah.
They want you to. They don't want dads in the house because women get punished for having the father of the kids live in the house. You then don't qualify for food stamps. Am I right, Ben?
Yeah.
If you know where he's at all, so you have to either he has to not be there or you have to lie and say, I have no idea where he's at, and then you qualify for food stamps. If the father of the kids live in the house, you do not qualify for food stamps. Do not. I know that for a fact. I have a lot of kids, and we got no damn food stamps because they knew exactly where I was at. You get no food
Where
stamps.
was you? Making another kid?
That's where I was at. And the courts knew that. So that's it. But yeah, they discouraged the father from being in the house. And then the girl gets taken care of.
Was you born Mormon or you became Mormon?
later.
Hooliganous.
That's right. But yeah, Rolando, it's amazing, man. They're setting up for these people to be dependent on these government programs. Man, you know what I'm talking about.
I know.
I'm not joking. You get free housing, free food, free healthcare. Just don't have the father there. Look at who's coming. Look at these two. Look at these two. You got a little surprise. You got a surprise. Yeah. Yeah, we got a surprise.
Oh my God, Nicolene! Today's my dad's birthday. Oh, yeah, it's his birthday. Happy birthday!
Thank you, Cat.
It's your day.
All right.
Go ahead.
Catwoman from Cali's here to be
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh my god, let's see the video. You know,
Let me.
Mooch got fired. He did this rant about Priebus. And they got recorded, and that's why he got fired. And it's like a profanity laced. Like every other word is fucking shit. Oh my god. Yes, I know. I just give him because. I know you look like right now, Christy Allen.
Oh, thank you.
Do people tell you about you? I thought you were Christy Allen, but I wasn't.
No, she was here yesterday.
She and I, she makes beautiful jewelry. We like to craft. We're crafting. Yeah. When I lived here, too.
That's fine.
Yeah. You look great.
Thank you.
So, that's the
And I still got last night's penalty. I did a holdover for last night. So I just threw some more makeup on this morning. I had to go be somebody for breakfast. I just didn't have to come back. Yeah. Oh, thank you. I have my hair done.
Yeah, you look
Thank you, Kitty. Yeah. Thank you for the compliments.
But anyway, before we go back to the national revolution, let me tell you a little bit about this government in Las Vegas. Now you are forced to have 2 trash cans in your house.
Oh, wow.
One is for newspapers, cans, and stuff like that, and the other one is for the regular trash, right?
Wow.
So because the people then work in those trucks picking up grass, they're too lazy and they cannot divide the stuff. We have to do it. We have to pretty
So
soon.
it's mandatory.
Pretty
For
soon,
recyclables?
very soon we're gonna be forced to put the can in the truck for them. But now,
Are they doing it?
something that I learned today. Yesterday they pick up one of the trash cans, the blue one, the one they take the cans and the bottles and all that
The
stuff.
recyclables.
The recyclables. And they left the other one in there. And then they came back and picked it up about 5 hours later. But the city doesn't allow those trash cans to be in the sidewalk more than 2 hours after the Republic passed by. So I don't know if they are kind of making a deal where people are going to be ticketed and being fined for having. But anyway, this morning we have a guy in the block. Then he always know everything. He know where everybody is. He know where everybody parks.
He's the monitor.
He's the monitor. I don't know how. Because sometimes you don't even see the guy. I think he got a telescope in his house, and he came out.
Is it busybody?
And he said to me, the reason they didn't take your trash can is because you have to have 2 feet between one trash can and the other one.
That is like.
Oh my God.
So next week.
That's a bureaucratic.
Well, now they don't do it now they don't do it twice a week like they used to. They don't even do it once a week. They do it every 10 days. So, but you pay the same.
He didn't like your trash.
You pay the same price. You pay the same price. Oh, I'm gonna have
Oh,
fun.
and
I'm gonna have
that's
fun.
Republic, right? That's
Yeah.
we have that in California. They have no competition.
Yeah.
They have no competition.
Yeah.
That's what it's like.
Didn't it used to be like Silver Snake too or something like that?
And,
Yeah.
yeah, it's the same. Same
Oh
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, and now, what's his name? Steve Sisolok, your friend. He used to be my friend, but not anymore. Now,
He's a devout Catholic.
he said, yeah, he.
You know, when
you
Paul
know him?
said he had, yeah, I know this.
Yeah,
When I lived here, I kept up on things.
I used to see
It's
him.
funny, Nevada's different than Cali. Cali's a disaster, but
I used
whole
to see.
different.
Well, we're going that way, believe me.
Cali's
I used to see him in church every day. And now he said, why are we gonna take this so people can bid on the contract?
yeah, because there's competition now.
We happen to have a good one. We don't need to put a bid. So they give him the contract to.
So somebody's got their hands on it.
Yeah, of course.
They all got their,
You know.
deep pockets, they say.
But can you imagine now I gotta go there with a measuring tape
That's
and measure the 2 feet,
That's
and I'm gonna put
That's
a
the
little,
correctness.
I'm gonna get
A marker?
a marker and I'm gonna mark it there the 2 feet, and I'm gonna put the 2 feet.
That's officious. Overly officious, I think.
Yeah. No, it's we are heading,
Oh,
hopefully,
it's like becoming
hopefully,
a totalitarian state.
hopefully, we have a real president.
Isn't he good? Oh my God! Okay, top of the news, everything that his rating is is down, is the lowest of any president. That must be a fake poll.
Of course.
And it's the first news. It's more of that black propaganda because everything he's done is good, and the economy, the stock market. So, and they're going. And this morning it was on the front on the local news. The headline, it was the headline on the regular news headline on Google News that his approval rating is like the lowest of any president ever.
33%.
Where are they getting those statistics? They're, it's obviously fake poll.
The guy is doing
No,
everything.
I think it's got to be. It's got to be more of a slander. It's more of a slander. It's a lie because they don't vote me. Everybody I know, everybody I talk to, there are so many more Trump supporters than you even know.
Absolutely.
That I mean, and you're like,
Absolutely.
it's so ridiculous that everybody. I mean, there's no way he could be that because everybody's flourishing right now. Correct?
Yeah.
Even if you're a Democrat, you're flourishing.
Yeah,
Everything he's doing is good.
yeah.
I feel sad for him.
And I was telling
He's frustrated about Afghanistan.
I was telling Chris at the beginning of the program after I sing the happy birthday to him.
Oh, happy birthday. It's your name.
Yeah, I was telling him that in the 50s, when I came here to become a
You're
student.
Leo. I didn't know you were Leo. Sorry. Leo's Rocker, I'm Leo Rising.
Really?
I'm Aquarius Leo Rising.
Oh,
Aquarius Rising. How about you?
oh no, I'm the best sign.
Sagittarius.
No, I'm the best.
There's no best. They're all
What
good.
do you mean it's no best? I'm a Scorpio.
I was going to say Scorpio. Different though. I have 5 planets in Scorpio. The only air fire I got is like my rising and my sun. I do astrology.
You do?
Yeah, and I also I'm a psychic advisor, spiritual consultant. I do Russian Gypsy culture.
So can you tell me my future?
I can, if I have my Russian Gypsy culture,
Am I
I
going
can
to
do a reading on you.
Am I going
I
to
would
be
have to do a reading.
successful?
Yeah.
Am I
Let
going
me check out your palms.
Oh, we got
Okay,
a lot
you're
of
right hand
reading
to your
here.
left.
That's what you're here.
Okay. See, this is your inheritance. You got this from your family, your parents, and your mother and father. That's a good hand. There's also a line of faith. The line of head is really strong, very intelligent. Your family's intelligent. The line of heart is good too. Lifeline is okay. There's like some little episode where it's kind of near death, but then you go like that, and then this is the line of destiny. So that this is your hand. Yeah, and you have like a psychic's hand. Your lines are good too. And see this, and that's your lifeline. Then you have a line of fate or destiny, which only a small part of the population has. which is very good. It means that you're like an older soul, you're more enlightened.
Really?
Yeah,
Is that good?
very good. Excellent.
Yeah.
It's excellent.
Anyway, now that we got that out,
Okay, so hey, why do you got stories?
hold on, let me finish this because I want you to listen to what I told Chris in the beginning of the show. In the 50s, I came here to go to a military school.
Okay, from Cuba.
Yeah, and I had to have X-rays, I had to have blood tests, I had to make sure that I don't have pneumonia, that I don't have tuberculosis,
Right.
that I don't have syphilis.
Coming in as an immigrant, right?
Right.
That's right. And I was an immigrant too.
And I had to be
Healthy.
self-sufficient.
Right, you have to be an
my
asset
own-
to the country. Same with me, I'm an immigrant too, I have a blue card. I'm a Canadian. And it
Yeah.
was hard to get into the country, we had to, but my dad, he graduated
So
from
now,
you know?
everybody is bitching about the idea that Donald Trump said that everybody that come here has
Should
to
be- yeah.
be able to produce something.
To-
We need
to be
to use
yeah.
you.
I
Period.
told-
You want to come over here? We're going to use you.
Not come and drain us,
You're not going to use us.
contribute.
Right.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, that's how
No,
that's how it started out. And then it's like everybody's become so, addicted, so used to all the handouts.
Now we're just talking about
Did
that.
you know that, they're talking about how much the wall's gonna cost, did you know that when the undocumented workers come in, they need to go on food stamps, they get free education, healthcare, they cost $100 billion a year, the taxpayers. So, that's nothing, that'll pay for a wall in like half a year, right?
I
They come in and they get on the dole,
Let me tell you, I
I
keep saying
I
that
can't believe people think it's okay.
for the last 8 years I've been saying the same thing. If you enforce the immigration laws that are in the book,
They're in the
you
book.
don't need the wall.
Exactly. And also, that, like, just the fact that, it is perceived that the United States is, like, friendly right now, it's gone down by 74%.
That's right.
Yeah, because it's like, it's just, if you like, come on in and take advantage. We'll work our,
Well, it's like
we'll
I
work our
thought-
ass and be your slave so that we can pay for your food and your,
Like I told that
and
kid the
your,
other
and
day.
oh my God, your hospital bills when you have your babies every
Like I told that kid the other day. So why are we going to arrest a bank robbery? Why?
Why now?
Because he said it's okay for everybody to come
Exactly.
over.
Exactly.
Everybody to come. I said, so we don't need to arrest the bank
And what
robber.
does it say?
We don't need to arrest the prostitute.
The course
The
certifies
prostitute
you
is
because-
spend money. They
Yeah.
go to the beauty shop, they go to the drug
The more society becomes, the more the people who are working, they just become slaves to this art. And then, but nobody wants to act that. There won't be anybody working. Why do it?
Yeah, why?
You need to do, let me tell you.
That's right.
Preaching to the choir.
That's right.
You know, it's like I told you. And you know what? Well, it's like, when you watch the news and all this shit, so many people that I know have the same philosophy, are on the same page as like,
How are all these conversations being recorded? Everything he says is in the New York Post the next day.
oh,
Yeah.
there's a leak.
There's leaks.
They got leaks. It's in the
It's not
deep
a-
state.
It's not a-
Is it people or
It's
bugs? He thinks it's bugs. I think it's people.
I think the White House is bugged. Obama
And
has,
we didn't forgot.
Obama has 73 days from the day that Donald Trump won the election to the day that he took possession of the White House.
Right.
73.
It's probably not too.
It is bugged. It's
Yeah.
simple as that.
You
And I
think that,
guarantee
Trump though, he's working.
I
People
guarantee
think they
you
were
that
that
that bugged.
I think it's the holdovers that are in Washington and stuff. I mean, there's so many people there that are holdover from like.
He would have to fire that whole state. He'd have to
And I know,
fire
and-
everybody.
Which would be okay because they're doing nothing anyway, right? They're just a bunch of,
It's thousands of people.
It's just a bunch of bureaucrats.
All of them.
Well,
It's
you know,
leakers and- it's leakers and
yeah,
White House.
speaking
There's
of,
people that he trusts.
so
Yeah, but you cannot do that unless you got the other people to replace it with. That's what Oscar Goodman did over here.
yeah.
He left everybody because Oscar Goodman, it was Same as Donald Trump. He was a lawyer. Donald Trump was a businessman.
Yeah.
He didn't even know where
Yeah,
City
he
Hall was.
wasn't entrenched. He wasn't like, and
He
you know what?
was not the system.
Yeah, not one of them. He was
So-
part of them.
He was
Right.
blind.
He was an
when
outsider.
was- Yeah.
Yeah.
He was an
Yeah,
outsider.
you know what? That's a very good analogy.
Yeah.
And Oscar Goodman.
And
And they're both,
I
you
know
know, they
that,
got
you
strong personalities and they're used to being successful in their own way, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, and politics is a different animal,
Yes,
you know.
it is.
And then he left everybody in the position they were, and little by little, they were taking this one out and putting somebody else, this one out and putting, until he got control of City Hall. The second term, it was the best term for him.
Yeah. How many terms was he in? I mean, he did.
3 terms.
Yeah. I thought he might have extended it for another time, but changed the law. Because you know what else? And well, I guess we got his wife now. I think it's kind of an extension to him. But he did, you know what? Vegas got on the map.
Yes.
He put
Yes.
Vegas on the map.
You need to read my column about because last week was his birthday. I got a text from him. He wanted to have lunch. And,
Oh, really?
yeah.
Oh, could you do?
and
He was.
I
I like cartoons.
I wrote the story before, but I wanted to do it at his birthday. The 26th of July was his birthday. And I put the story where we went here, we went there, and one day some big black car with tinted window pulled into my office, and I was rushing to go inside because I didn't know who was it. And then somebody opened the window and said, we come to pick you up, take you to lunch. And I recognized the voice. And, you know, all
A
that.
big bulletproof black limo, right?
Yeah. And so
Looks like there were monsters inside.
we went to,
Wise guys.
and then I got the story about the first Friday. It was the very first Friday.
I remember that day.
Oscar Gruber was on
Yeah, I
one
remember that
side.
day.
I got in the car on the other side, and then all of a sudden I see somebody pushing me, said, let me in. And, you know, I'm in the middle between a mob lawyer and a black man. Then I think, you know,
Go by it.
and I was squeezing over there. I didn't even say goodbye to my family. Oh, he laughed when he saw that car. He laughed. And then when I went to the press conference and I was late, and he told me, he introduced me and said, this is Rolando Larraz, he's my friend, he's the owner of the Las Vegas Tribune, the only newspaper that is not afraid to tell the truth.
Wow.
And there was all reporters in there. And he said, and to me, that was a badge of honor.
Yeah.
No, definitely.
That was a badge of
And
honor.
good publicity too.
Yeah, of course they didn't put that in the paper.
Speaking about newspaper, the Review Journal, they got a new website, and it's the worst thing ever. It's like
Really?
you can't. It's so bad that it's
You can even make
unnavigatable. It's unnavigatable. It's
I hear that you cannot comment on it.
no, but it's like you can't even navigate it. Their website was nice. It was simple. You could just go through all the news what you wanted. Now they got the first thing that comes up is this huge ad that you can't. There's no ads, right? And it takes hours to load. And then all of the different categories are all. It's just a big
But you
cluster,
know-
you know what? And it's like I wanted to write a
You know
comment,
why?
but I can't even get on the website.
You know why?
It's horrible. It is.
You know
It is
why?
unnavigatable. It's. I mean, I don't know why they would do
Let
that.
me tell you why.
Okay.
Mark my words. It will be not too much longer since you need to pay to read the paper.
Online, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's what it looks like it's coming to,
Oh, yeah.
because there's so many ads, that's why it's taking so
Because
long.
remember, Allison owned
Do that.
Allison owned
I'm gonna
it.
have a fun-
Well,
they're
there's
charging.
actually online you do have to pay. You know, in Chicago you do. The Tribune and the Sun-Times.
Yeah.
Forget the Tribune. You have to
Yeah.
pay.
Remember,
Well, they tried to with the, register the LA Times, but it didn't fly.
Allison,
But if you want to get archived
Allison,
stuff, you might have to pay.
Allison owned the Review Journal.
Right.
And you know that guy. If you want to get paid, you have to smile. You want to cry, you have to pay. You have to do anything. He will not do anything for nothing.
another thing about the it's like besides being poorly written, they abbreviate things wrong, it's misspelled things, like they don't have a proofreader, but it's like I haven't been able to load the site. It's like so sad. I gave up and I took it out of my favorites.
Because you
can't even open it.
They assume the Canadian people and Mexican people are the only ones that read the paper, and they don't know.
I just like to see what's going on, like the local stuff. I like to follow different things, but now I can't even do it. So
what's going on with the crazies in California? What's going on?
It's just pretty background. Okay, so for one thing, we got Moonbeam. Jerry Brown is the governor, and it's slowly it's spiraling into a Marxist totalitarian system over there.
What part of California do you live in?
I live in Newport Beach.
Oh, that's right.
The last bastion of capitalism, the last red state, part of the red. But the thing about it is that they brought in this new tax. They call it the gas car tax, right? Well, about 5 years ago, they enacted a tax that was going to get billions so they could fix the highways. Okay, well, something happened. I guess something happened to the $11 billion. They stole it, and the highways never got fixed. So they go and do it again. Okay, there wasn't voting, and there was one congressman who's up in Yorba Linda, who was a Republican. His vote was the one that put it through. It is a tax that is going to cost every household an average of $800 a year.
What?
They're raising the car registration tax and the price of gas. The tax that's on the price of gas right now is going to be doubled. And it's supposed to, for money to go to the thing. Anyway, so what they're trying to do right now, they're calling it the gazelle effect. They're trying to get this congressman who Republican, who obviously got paid, who voted for it. They're trying to get him out so that they can try to reverse it, because it's going into effect in November. And it's just out of control. I mean, we're talking $800 a year for everything. And the thing is, they're still paying this other tax.
But we got the same thing here.
Yeah.
We got the same thing here. Look at the car registration. Look at the car registration. $33, okay, for the registration. $11 for tax. $14 for smoke test, and $90 for children something. I don't have any children. Why would I pay for that?
It's like in Nevada, they follow California's footsteps in California.
Definitely. I keep saying that.
And it's pretty good. It's like that old adage about, there's two ways to go fraud, right? Okay, the first way is by putting it in boiling hot water. It's dead, right? Or you can put the frog in cold water and turn on the heat, and he slowly dies. And that's what they're doing, is like slowly adding all these taxes until, with this one and that one and everything else, and we don't really realize it's happening. And then it's, and the price of gas is going to go up by, I think it's going to be like 25 cents a gallon. In California, 25 cents a gallon, and it's going to cost car registration like another extra $30 a month for the car. No matter what car it wears. And it went through. How could it have gone through, oh my God. It's just a disaster. California. But guess what? I heard something good today on my way here. Yeah. Trump is doing a negotiation thing with these cities, okay, because all these cities get special funding for crime, from the Department of Justice. It's like an allotment of money to help fight drug violence and gang violence. Well, now he's telling all these cities, the big ones like Baltimore, they're all big ones, and they need the extra money to fight their crime. They're not going to get the funding if they don't cooperate with the immigration people. Oh, yeah. If they are sanctuary cities, they're not going to get the funding. So they finally got something to leverage. That's leverage. It's good leverage. That's right. You have to cooperate. Well, these sanctuary cities, what the hell? Excuse my language. Okay, what happened?
Be careful, because we are on FM.
Oh, HEW toothpicks.
FM radio station.
Okay.
And what do you call that?
Censored?
Yeah.
Okay, I will be careful. Beep. You get beep.
What do you call that? Who's the organization that they watch out for.
Public broadcasting system.
PBS, it's like censored, really. Yeah, anyway, so there's good things, you know, it's not enough of that one.
Communication something, I forgot. But anyway,
But I'll bring up his tweets real quick, Trump's tweets. It's funny because I downloaded, there's this website where you can see all of his tweets without having to go to Twitter. But his tweets are so numerous now, every day, that it's like you can't read them all. And I really think we should bring him past Melania.
are you gonna stay for his show?
No, I'm about to enjoy my birthday.
Oh, it's your
I'm about to.
You're not gonna do a show today?
Huh?
What are you talking about? You must know the executive producer. I'm telling you. I mean, how lucky I am. Eh?
Yeah.
Everybody over here, they have one show today, and then 3 days later they got another show.
That's a powerful birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching.
I can do your numbers. I can do your email.
Face the Tribune with the legendary Rolando Ross. We had our good friend Kat Kimberly from California do the show with us. Thank you so much for
Thanks for
watching.
having me
You're
on.
welcome. We'll be up on YouTube in a couple hours. Of course, we stream live on the radiotribune.com every day from 12 to 1 o'clock. Thank you for watching. God bless America. God bless our troops. And Godspeed to Donald Trump. See you later.
God,
Happy birthday.
Nothing to sign up.